What's up guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be showing you how I made this dark loop from back in September. I think it'd be perfect for all the Cactus Jack artists, Don Toliver, Travis Scott. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, dropping a like on the video, it'd mean a lot to me. And now we can get into things. First things first, I'm going to play you guys the loop. First things first, we're going to get into this reverse section. That's what it sounds like. All I use is this piano one shot, and I came up with this super simple progression. As you guys can see here, this is just an A minor chord with the fifth put down an octave, and then we have an E major chord, a D minor chord, then whatever this guy is here looks like another E major chord, same chord as right here. And then I just have this E helping kind of pass through, as you can see here. And then to add a little bit of variation, I just have this F and this G here. Really, a really simple progression. What I did is press Alt Y on my keyboard, so it reverses everything like this. I rendered it out, and then we had something that sounded like this. Sounded like that. Then I just press reverse, and then that gets our progression back in its normal state in terms of like how the chords are ordered, but it just sounds reversed. And then I layered one underneath that was pitched down an octave. And the effects that I put on it, we have a Fruity Parametric EQ2, taking out some low end, taking out a little bit of mid-high frequencies right here, a crystallizer, muffled up octave preset. We have a Fruity Chorus, giving it a little bit more movement, I would say. This is what everything sounds like before effects. And then after the chorus. And then these two. And then an NS1 stereo to get a little bit of that background noise away. After that, we have this Addicted piano, again, another one shot. And these are actually all of the chords. They're just arpeggiated. We have our fifth right here, which is E, and then we have a C right here. So this just makes an A minor chord. These just make an E major chord. These make a D minor chord, and then we have another E major chord right here. As you can see, it's really simple. This melody relied a lot on reversing and different effects to give it its character. Effects on that, we have Echo Boy. Default preset, just turn down the mix a little bit. We have Pan Man, just to give it a little bit of variation in both sides of the ear. And then we have Fruity Delay 3 on the default preset, just turning back the mix knob a little bit as well. After that, we have this Labs piano. It's just the arpeggiated chords right here, as you guys can see. And for this, I experimented around adding a little bit more to the chords. As you can see, we have an octave right here with this E. Then we have the C on top of this D minor chord. And then we have the octave again right here with the E. And then to help with that dark sound, I utilize chromatics. I say it in every single video. It still remains true. It really helps giving a nice dark sound. We have the C's and the B's here that are just alternating back and forth between each other the entire time. I really let this B sustain for a large part of the melody. It's just a really dark note in the scale that I'm working in, which is, if you're curious, it would be A minor, I believe. We just have octaves. I just pitched this up an octave and then scooted it over using an Alt and then right on my keyboard a little bit. It just gives a cool sort of twinkly sound. And then for effects on this piano, we have Echo Boy, the Chorus Booth preset, RC20, the Vinyl 1 preset, give it a little bit of noise, give it a little bit more character. And then we have Microshift as well in the default preset. This is what it sounds like before effects. Microshift added, RC20, and Echo Boy. I like to use drum loops, and whenever I'm making these dark loops, I just feel like it gives it a really cool sort of texture and bounce. And I just tuck it in the background, as you can see here. This is what it sounds like. And then lastly, I bounced all of these out. I took a few chops that I liked here, and they just sound like this. I also pitched it up an octave, and then I put Echo Boy on it, the Chorus Tank preset, a Fruity Parametric EQ2 to take out some of the high and the low end, because when I pitched it up an octave, it was super high up, and it kind of sounded a little bit robotic-y. And then we have a Fruity Delay 3 on the default preset, just with the mix turned back as well. This is what it sounds like pitched down, and it's natural. Now we can get into the second part. Really, all I did was just add a few more elements. That Addicted piano from before, I got another piano one shot and have the same exact pattern playing. It's pitched down one here, and then in its normal octave range right here. This was just a super cool texture sound. I wasn't really using it for the tone. I just wanted something underneath that Addicted piano that just had an interesting sort of textured sound to it. As you can hear, this is a lot more percussive sounding. And then I just have a little bit of reverb on it, just sort of breaking it up a little bit, making it sound a little bit more soft, and then micro shift default preset with the mix turned back. Here we have an Omnisphere bass. It's the Growler Moog bass, one of my all-time favorites. I'm just following the root notes, but what I wanted to do is give it a little bit more movement by having the notes not sustain fully until the next one. As you can see here, it cuts off a little bit sooner. We have Addictive Keys, playing the same pattern as the Labs piano. And then I added halftime on it just on the 1 bar preset. Just supposed to be tucked in the background, give it a little bit more low end presence. We have this expand sort of flute sound. I wanted to keep it pretty simple. This melody, honestly, that I played kind of reminds me of Havana by Camila Cabello and Young Thug. These notes aren't originally like in for the most part when I'm coming up with the melody. I'll sort of go, okay, I have an A here, I want an A here. And I want to go down to this, and then I'm using chromatics just to give the melody a little bit more tension in this area. Then I'm going back down to the E to resolve it a little bit. And I'm going down to a D. And then you would probably expect me to go down to a B. Like that note gives it a good sense of resolution for me, but instead I trick the listener and I go up to an E. And then I go down to that B. And then we just have the same exact thing, just pitched down an octave. And then as for how I come up with these sort of passing notes, really I'm just cascading up the scale, utilizing chromatics right here as well. And then I go up to this A, and I like to make sure I have my velocities a little bit staggered, sort of staircasing up as we go up to that C. I have an EQ taking out a lot of that high end, boosting a frequency right here to give it a little bit more texture in this area, and then taking out some low end. I have Echo Boy, the Arena Bathroom preset. I have a Filter Freak, the Muchon 3 high and clean preset. I have another EQ here boosting some high frequencies in this area. And then I have an Ozonate Elements to widen the sound, and then an Alter Boy to give it a little bit more of like a distorted sort of up an octave texture. And then we have that same exact pattern layered with the one shot effects that I have on that, taking out a harsh frequency right here with an EQ, RC20, the Flutter Vibe preset, it's the chorus sound, Crystallizer, muffled up octave, and then I have Ozonate Elements widening it again. And lastly, I have a vocal that I sung. This is what it sounds like without any effects. So I have a crystallizer, muffled up octave, an EQ getting rid of some of that low end, and then an Echo Boy with the Arena Bathroom preset on it. This is just another form of reverb, and this is what these all sound like now. And then an Ozonate Elements to widen the sound. I left the system piano for the second half. That's the one with all that texture. So you can see we have that drum loop playing the entire time. So this first part does have some texture elements working with it, but I just wanted to introduce more for the second part. And it's a super subtle sound, so really you probably wouldn't end up noticing it at all if it came in the first part, just because of how it's playing the same pattern as the Addicted piano. You probably would have thought they were the same exact sound. So by waiting to the second half to add it in, it just it kind of allows the listener to notice it a little bit better. For the most part, we have like this Labs piano and this Addictive Keys are playing the same exact thing. The Addictive Keys has halftime on it because I wanted to separate it from the Labs piano in terms of like what it sounds like, because if they're just stacked on top of each other, it's just going to sound like one piano. So that's why I did that with the Addictive Keys. And then this isn't actually in the melody. And then I just left the flute lead for that second half as well. That is the entire loop. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. I hope you were able to learn something. As always, feel free to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram at GavinHadley_. If you made it to this point in the video, I appreciate you. Have an awesome rest of your night, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.